What's up? That's what the young'uns say. But if you're wondering what's up in Houston's 2022 economic outlook, stay tuned. I'm going to share just a snapshot of what Ted C. Jones, he's an economist that realtors wait every year to hear from. Let me begin sharing a basic fact that you may or may not know. And that is that there are only three markets in real estate: a balanced market, a buyer's market, and a seller's market. Now, a balanced market is when there are an approximately equal amount of prospects and properties available. And that average marketing time is 180 days, 6 months. You have properties and buyers in balance, and the transaction is individualized. It's based basically on who's most motivated to either buy the property or sell the property. In a buyer's market, however, that is when buyers get to pick from the pack because there are more homes on the market than qualified buyers in the marketplace. So that's when you have a seller with a list price and the buyers negotiate down to see how much juice they can get out of the carrot, if you please. Because once again, there's a lot to choose from, and sellers are motivated to sell. And then there is a seller's market. That is when there are more buyers in the marketplace than properties available. That's when there is limited inventory. And we don't have list price per se. You have a starting price because you find yourself in bidding wars more often than not where you have to pay above the list price. Only three markets though: a balanced market, a buyer's market, and a seller's market. To get a better gauge on where we are, let's look at the last decade. And this chart shows from 2011 to 2021. Whereas the average sale price in 2011 was 213,000 or so, your average sale price in 2021 was 376 plus thousand. And your average total sales in 2011 was around 63,000 versus being over double of 131,000. And the total volume of sales is from 13 million, and that's tripled, touching 40 million. So we've come a long way, baby, and the prices have gone up. I have here a chart from HAR, December 2021. It shows that there was a drop in the total property sales to 1.9%. And that is because there wasn't any inventory. However, you'll see that the dollar volume increased over 12%. And the activity dropped once again because of the limited inventory to in the neighborhood of 14%. Yet, year over year increase from December 2020 to December 2021 increased from 345,000 to about 392 average sale price, an increase 13.5%. And that resulted to only a quarter of a month is a week worth of inventory. On the other side of the chart, however, you will see that the average days on market was a month 0.4. That's a week and a month and a week. And that's because your typical sale is a loan, and that takes 21 to 30 days to close. And do keep in mind that we did have the holidays where things typically slow down due to the holiday breaks. Single family sales dropped 4.5%. But can I say it again? That's because of lack of inventory. You can't sell what you don't have. And that average sale price jumped up year over year from 345,000 to your average sale price being 392 in the $392,000 range. What's up? Real estate prices for houses. So a different statistical chart shows that the average sale price was in the 385 range, with resulted in a year over year increase of 15.6%. The activity was down 19%. Repeating, can't sell what you don't have, and there is a shortage of inventory. In the economic summit held this past January, Ted C. Jones shared with us this chart. And it's basically the first two lines. The number of sales are in a negative because there aren't any houses really available in that price point. And when they do come available, put your tennis shoes on because you will be in a foot race. As you go up this scale, you will see that the activity of sales increased all the way up to the greatest activity being those homes that were $1 million and above. Look at this chart, also provided by Ted C. Jones. It's showing that your average time on the market, keep in mind, in a balanced market, it's 6 months. In a seller's market, is less than 6 months. In a buyer's market, it's usually more than 6 months. But this chart clearly indicates that in the range of 250 and below, there was less than a month's inventory. The other in the median and middle was just a little over a month. And when you get to the $1 million range, it is only 3 months worth of inventory. This is a strong indicator that we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animal lovers and sports fans. We're in a seller's market where sellers rule. Ted C. Jones shared this chart as well, which shows from 2014 till now. You'll see that your median sales price was in the 180 range. Now, let me explain that median is different from average. Your average sale price is that you have a certain number of homes, you add those together, and then you divide it by that specific number. Whereas median mean that half of the prices are above this amount and half of the properties are below this amount. So we're saying that the median price in 2014 was in the 180s. However, the median price range now, especially due to the tremendous surge since we've been in the pandemic, is upwards of 300,000. I say again, 385, 392. Now, it's stabilized somewhat due to the lack of inventory, but it's still bubbling up. And it's bubbling up because of the lack of inventory. I say this to you to say, if you're waiting on the curve down, pack plenty of patience. It's not happening soon. Prices is what's up. And then to add insult to injury, there's bubbles and rumors and rumblings that the feds are going to have 3 interest rate hikes in 2022. When interest rates go up, that means you have to diminish the price of your home if you want to at least be equal. You get less house for your money, in other words. And then on February 7th, which was like a couple of days that this was before this was being taped, it's not 3 interest rate hikes that are projected, it's 7. What's going up? Property values and interest rates. The curve down is not on the horizon. So this chart, used with permission, by homemuch.net is the median prices of homes nationwide. It's showing us that middle class America will soon not be able to afford home ownership. I mean, look, in the bottom of the chart, you'll see Hawaii, where the average, not average, median, that's half of them, half up, half down, not average. 627,000 is your median price for Hawaii. 536,000 is your median price in Florida. And in California, 527,000. And I am told by my Californian colleagues that that's technically a 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow. But let's hone in on Texas, our state. Before we do, though, look at the bottom of this chart where they have grayed out homes that's in the 200,000 category because they are virtually non-existent. We see that the median price, according to this chart, is 336,000. Texas. So in our new normal, we have a conventional loan, 5% down. It's going to take you $16,800 down payment alone. Oh, I hope you know that down payment is not your total acquisition, your total move-in costs, because there are other segments of move-in costs, namely setting up your prepaids or paying a premium bump for waiving that setup of prepaids. And then you have your closing costs, etc. And then FHA, that was the loan program designed to make home ownership more affordable. But even that, with your lower down payment, is 3.5%, is 11,760. It's a portion of your move-in cost. So the alarming news is that prices are surging so rapidly that it won't be long that middle-class America will not be able to afford home ownership. This is happening before our very eyes. I've asked the question, now let me answer it. What's up? Home prices and interest rates. If you're waiting on the bubble to bust, you should have made the move in 2010. Otherwise, plenty of patience, because it's going to probably take another 5 to 7 years. You see, when there's a housing demand like this with such limited supply, even those who are delinquent with the right advice will sell before they go into foreclosure, because they'll get their equity. And even if they go into foreclosure in this new normal, banks, their REO division, which usually wanted just right above their loan balances, are now wanting market value. They want the equity. A new normal, a new game. If you are serious about home ownership and want to continue that American privilege, act as soon as you can while it is still affordable. Now, if you disagree with anything I said, I'd love to dialogue with you. Comment below. Let's chat. Thanks for listening. I'm Demetria Walker, 33 years in the business, and I'd love to help you make a good move. If there's something that you heard in this video that was helpful, comment below, and also let me know what other tidbits I could share with you that would make your real estate knowledge even more enlightened, because I'm D1 to talk.